and welcome to a brand new episode of Black, White, and Red All Over. I'm Victor Dandridge.
I'm Ryan Seymore.
Oh, man, just so broken.
Yeah. Oh, my gosh. My robot skills on the dance floor.
Come on, man. It's improved. It's improved.
It has.
If you can just get that and then just hit it and not cry, that would be awesome. Sad robot. Oil.
But as bad as that is, these books are good.
Man.
Yes.
Are they, though?
Yes.
Listen, I went for a 1, 2, 3 order. Did you do the same? Did you? What'd you do? What'd you read?
129.
129. Okay, well.
Yeah.
That's how you count somewhere.
Yeah, it's the Swedish 1, 2, 3.
Yeah. No, I like that. It's how I cheated at hide and go seek all the time. 1, 2, 9. I caught you. Where do you want to start? Because I can tell you where I don't want to start.
Let's not start with Magic Order.
Let's not start with that at all. And I feel kind of bad because there's another Miller World title that dropped this week.
Yes. I almost said it.
I know. Yeah.
YouTube, I almost said it.
And it was funny, too, because I was wondering if you made the executive choice like I did to not get it because we have such a hard time reviewing it and allowing it to be on YouTube.
Yeah.
See? It's so great that we didn't even have that conversation. Yeah. But that's true. Yes. So while I would love to double dip on the Miller World side, that other book, though amazing.
Yes. Is very good.
Mr. Solo.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about Han, y'all. Oh, buddy.
Yeah.
That dude is
pretty good.
Yeah. But you're right. We favored Magic Order number 1, but we're not going to talk about that yet.
Yeah.
What was the other one that you did then?
Where we diverged, I went with Mr. Miracle as opposed to went to Man of Steel. I'm curious what your thoughts are on Man of Steel because you'd read 1.
Yes.
Skipped 2.
I did skip 2. I came back. Okay, so Man of Steel number 3. We've got Bendis in the driver's chair. An assortment of artists on this one. Yeah. Carrying over or picking up the threads of this story where this figure has been, I guess, on a rampage about Krypton for a very long time, we'll say. Yeah. Very long, extended period. And now he's finally caught up to modern day where he's found that there is a Kryptonian or few operating on Earth. Yeah. And he's bringing his ruckus there. I jumped off the train because, for me, I didn't realize that this was going to be a weekly series. Yeah. I admit that. I missed that completely. And so, thinking it was monthly, I was bored with the way it started. It didn't jump out and grab me. But finding that it's a weekly one, I'm like, oh, that gives it a little bit more, something.
Because it's going to be fresh. It's
it keeps going, keeps moving, keeps hitting. This particular issue, I really kind of enjoyed the setup here where it is kind of taking back. I just watched this Sci-Fi Channel interview with John Byrne. He was talking about how he kind of depowered Superman on purpose. And I feel like this is almost doing that same thing. We've had Super ramped up for such a long time, and people are like, oh, you can't write stories about him. Brian's come in, and he's really tried to humanize him in a very legit sort of way. I dig what he's doing. The guest stars that popped up in this one makes sense to me. I was happy about it. So it has made me go back and want to look at number 2 again just to see exactly how all of it flows together. So I picked up 3 just to kind of get back on the train. I kind of dig it. And now it seems like it's about to hit where that special Free Comic Book Day story came in at. So I'm like, oh.
Now this will make sense.
Now this works better for me. Yeah. So, sometimes you make a decision and you retcon it yourself. I mean, that happens, right? That's not against the rules.
Yeah, no, change is good.
Yes. Especially when it means you're given opportunity.
Yes, very true.
That's good.
And if anybody out there is curious about the book but on the fence about picking it up, here's the thing: every issue of it has some form of returnability attached to it.
Oh wow!
If the shop ordered a certain percentage based off of stuff, and it's a very rational, not Marvel level,
right,
of like returnability. So
you order 1,000, you get back to return 2 copies.
That'll almost buy you a coffee.
Almost.
So, I recommend picking it up because if a shop feels like they've got product extra they don't need, they're going to send it back.
There you go.
So I really highly recommend checking it out before it becomes scarce. And we will revisit that thought process
yes,
a little bit later in this episode.
We will. Oh. Okay, so Mr. Miracle 9.
Yes.
The magic has got to keep
It does. It's Tom King is amazing. Gerard's art is just fantastic.
Of course.
It picks up where they are now in Apocalypse, and they're negotiating a peace between Apocalypse and New Genesis.
Okay.
And it's it's really interesting because it's very dry, very bureaucratic, very professional and distant sort of things. They're like, well, if we get rid of this, we get rid of that, and it's all kind of aimed at depowering Apocalypse and Darkseid so that they can stop fighting.
Wow.
For once, just like
they literally are trying to go for a ceasefire.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's amazing. And there's moments in the story where there's like this joke, this very elaborate joke that's set up that ends with someone in a pit. It's so interesting because it humanizes them. It continues this humanizing of these are not just superpowered beings,
right,
but they're just actual people that happen to have superpowers.
Okay.
And the interactions between Scott and the negotiating team for Apocalypse are just fantastic, and it's labeled by days. So day 1, and it'll have a bunch of stuff happening.
My goodness.
And it's about a week into it, and it's amazing. And finally, Darkseid makes his move in terms of what he's actually shooting for,
right?
And it's so. It's just phenomenal. I'm not gonna run it, but yeah, if you haven't been following this, I recommend it. It's going to be a little bit spotty for some of the early issues because they've done extra printings, but they're gone now.
Oh wow!
But definitely, if possible, pick it up. If you have to wait for the trade,
I was gonna say that's got to be coming soon.
It's got to be coming soon.
Wait, was it the first 6? We'll say.
Yeah.
Come on.
So it's creeping up here,
right?
But I highly recommend it. It's one that if this overall the entire story arc is not nominated for an Eisner.
Slaps
yeah,
to somebody.
the wrong people are voting for Eisners.
Now, let me ask you this, though. Do you feel like the notion of this issue 9 dropping this week, where we had this summit that we did not think was going to happen, is there a parallel there?
I think it is, because like,
that's hilarious.
We didn't think it was going to happen.
Right.
And then this had to have been in the works, but at the same time, they could have been like, oh, let's drop this just in case. But it's really interesting how they kind of DC has this power because they did that with the LexCorp towers,
right,
and that unfortunate event. There was what was it? There was something else they did. It had with Dark Knight Strikes Again.
Okay.
There was the attack on the LexCorp towers.
Yes.
So yeah, DC has this uncanny knack of just putting out something that dovetails into actual reality.
On the pulse, man.
Yeah, just accidentally.
Okay, all right. Or is it accidental?
You guys know something we don't?
Just message. Send an email ahead of time so we know what's going on. That's all we're asking.
It'd be great.
I just want to make sure my Wednesdays are coming. That's it.
Very true.
So a walk through
yes.
double hockey sticks, just in case.
Just in case.
Number 2. I didn't read number 1.
Oh,
I didn't.
It's.
But then you said, and so I did, number 2.
Yeah.
Garth Ennis. I'm not familiar with this artist though.
Suzuko? I'm not familiar with them either.
Yeah, because like art style wise, it's like Phil Hester meets Michael Avon Oeming.
Yeah.
Like
very, very concentrated blocks of color.
Yeah. Not cartoony is the wrong word, but
there's a primitiveness to it.
Yeah, simplification of style. That's what we'll call it. Whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out how to talk about it without. Although by this point you had to have read issue 1.
Yes, you should have, and I'm almost glad that I didn't because I just couldn't handle all of that information right now.
Yeah.
But okay, here's where I'm coming in on this one. Who directs this one? If this is a movie, who directs this? Is this Cronenberg? Is this?
It's tough. It's either Cronenberg or Lynch.
Okay.
It's one of the two.
It's got to be, but like someone with some sci-fi horror sensibilities as well.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
I mean, I'm almost like Eli Roth.
Maybe.
Almost. Like, maybe not quite that bad, but kind of there.
Yeah, because there is that scene.
There is that scene, and I was not prepared for that scene. That scene, I was like, oh.
Yeah.
No.
You don't. No, please stop.
Please.
No, please stop. Yeah, someone get this man some help.
get a Band-Aid and some gum.
Yeah, Bactine, like shoe goo, something.
That's not gonna heal.
Yeah.
Oh man. What I love about this. Okay, so the setup here is what? Because I'm coming in on issue 2, so I'm kind of lost on what exactly happened before.
Yeah. So it starts off. The basic premise is, and most of the first issue is this very normal, very low mana. There's no magic. There's nothing.
Right.
There's just investigators and police
Right.
that are trying to track down these kids that are being kidnapped.
Right.
And it's a very dark crime that
Very,
they're kind of investigating.
I mean, like literally kidnapping kids, throwing them in the back of a van. Ring of pedophiles is a term that is used in this book.
Yeah. And they end up walking into something that is completely out of their depths and not anything that they could have prepared for in any way, shape, or form. It's dark. I mean, I say it all the time, but it puts them in a position that's almost like a Hellraiser movie in a sense.
Yes, dude, that's exactly where I was like, this is Hellraiser.
Yeah.
This is the Wachowskis with Rob Zombie.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Like I don't even know if that's accurate at this point. Like
it could be.
It's messed up.
Yeah.
Is what it is.
Yeah. Because it is. It's like part of it is this very, very over the top messed upness.
Right.
But then it's counterpoint. I don't know if that's the right word, but you go back to the flashbacks, which are telling
Kind of how we get here.
Yeah.
This very simple investigation sort of story.
Yeah. That it's something bad, but nothing that indicates to them that it's anything more than
Right.
Just kidnappings or
ordinary
sex ring or
human
something.
crime. Right. I have to admit, like when it started, and very quickly you get the notion that things aren't
Yes.
as they
Yeah.
are supposed to be.
Yeah.
I was intrigued. Like I'm not even gonna lie. Like open that up and getting to that point where, that initial conversation about the circumstance, it was like, oh, well then, okay, where are we? What is
going
this?
on? Because especially because there's that thing that keeps happening and it doesn't. Yeah.
Then when you find that out, page turn reveals are a wonderful thing.
Yeah.
And they are brutal, and that is
beautiful,
brutal, if you will.
Yes.
That's Garth Ennis, man. Like he writes some things that I honestly, the person who I pray for in that situation, his therapist.
Yeah.
I worry about his therapist
because they've got to hear it.
They do. Like, and they have to take that home without judgment. And I can't guarantee that some of the stuff that has to come out of that man's mouth, I'm not going to judge him.
Yeah.
Like,
what doesn't make the cut for Preacher? What doesn't make the cut for a walkthrough?
These are the things that I am almost terrified. This right here guarantees that he has a special Hannibal Lecter-sized like cage waiting for him in the afterlife.
Yeah.
Where like no matter where he goes, they're like, you are secluded. Over there.
Yeah. It doesn't matter if it's hell or heaven.
Doesn't matter. Like
welcome to heaven, Garth. Here's your cage.
Look, I always see like the pearly gates, and Peter's just like, back, dude.
It's in the
you
back.
gotta go in the back door. And he's like,
Yeah.
You know what you did.
I read issue 2.
You already know. Don't even back.
Yeah.
I'll get the hose.
Yeah.
Keep playing with me, Garth. I'll get the hose.
Yeah. Like we've got you set up with DirecTV in every channel possible.
You're fine.
But you're still in the cage.
Just blink and it changes. You're putting the muzzle on though. That's a must. This man is he's so deliciously dark.
Yeah. Yeah, it's dark. It doesn't have the humor of a Preacher or Punisher though.
No.
It's
or the Pro.
Yeah.
It doesn't have any of that.
None of that.
This is just
it's horror.
Oh my gosh.
Because it's like both psychological horror and that scene.
I need somebody to pick this up. Like I do. Has there been an AfterShock book that has been picked up? This is a crime, people. I get it. Mark Miller changed the game when he sold Miller World to Netflix. I get that. But some channel out there needs to be paying attention to AfterShock. If you guys are literally, there's content there that would reinvigorate television.
Yeah.
Easily.
Yeah. And there's got to be a network that's playing it. Like El Rey Network. I think Robert Rodriguez, a lot of these things in his hands would be amazing. Sci-Fi Network. If Chiller, the horror network, was still around.
FX.
Yeah.
Stars. You guys got American Gods.
Yeah. You know what to do with a comic?
Hello?
Yeah.
Do yourself a favor, okay? Throw a little money budget to it, and you would do some wonderful things. Having said all that, it gets difficult. It has to get difficult for people to believe that Mark's books are as good as they are.
Because at some point it sounds like crap.
It has to. Like you're like, come on, guys, you're doing lip service. You are swinging from the teat.
No. No, it's
No, man.
it's good. It's real good.
Magic Order #1. Mark Miller, Olivia Copiel, or Copiel. I don't even know how to say it.
Yeah, I don't speak
I don't
Frenchish.
either.
I'm sorry.
I'm
I'm sorry,
bad at
Olivier.
it. Je ne parle pas le français. So, this book, you start off world building.
Yes.
And I think we get to a point of world building to where, while we're seeing important characters,
Yes.
we don't meet the main character. It's almost the end of the freaking book.
Yeah. We don't. Not even close. And it's. I almost kind of want to do the Patreon episode for free this week. And then
Dude, let's do it.
Yeah.
Let's just so we can share what this is.
So we'll hook Patreon people that are paying. We'll hook you up with something
Extra. Absolutely.
But for this week, those of you who don't know, we do have a Patreon page where we spoil a book. This week we're going to spoil
Magic Order.
Magic Order.
Has to happen.
So
no two ways about it. So you know what? Because we're going to do that, let's talk around it. So you were just saying about how the ordering process and the returnability of
this is really interesting.
Yeah.
From a finance standpoint. So shops could order as much as we want. There was no strings attached to this, but everything we ordered was also strip cover returnable.
Okay.
So if you ordered 2,000 copies, wherever you have 2,000 copies, at some point you can tear off 1,099 and send them back.
Right.
But at the same time, there will be no second prints.
Right.
So what I'm wondering is going to happen is when this does hit Netflix and the general populace who don't
suddenly knows about this.
Oh wow! And this is based on a comic. What level of scarcity will these books have? Will they already be in collectors' hands? Like, how many shops are going to strip cover a lot and return them because
for whatever reason?
Yeah, let's flip it for something else.
Right.
It's one of those pick them up now, because this has the potential of creating a scarcity and a hot item all at the same time.
Now, it's interesting, though, the sense of scarcity, because the numbers reported on this one
are huge.
Are like a 20-year high.
Yeah.
We haven't had an order for this caliber in
forever.
Decades.
Yeah.
It's been a while.
Yeah.
So the notion that there could be even this built-in scarcity, I mean, it's such a smart gamble across the board.
Yeah.
The one person who never loses in any of this is almost everyone.
Yeah.
Which is kind of weird.
Yeah.
That
because
never works.
As a store, if I ordered way too many, I have backing. I can send it back and
there you
be
go.
Cool.
You're good.
If I'm a reader or a collector, there's a lot out there that I can get on the ground floor.
Right.
And get a good book and get it at cover price.
Right. And know that there's not a second printing coming, because they've already said so.
Yeah.
So you already have it on lock that this is going to be a collector's, copy.
Yeah.
That's the point.
Yeah. And for the shops that don't strip cover return and have quantities left, for someone who just I write about this in Entertainment Weekly, I will now go track it down. It's going to be out there for you somewhere.
And possibly worth a little more.
Yeah. Yeah. Super brilliant.
Nothing but wins.
Yeah.
I don't even know how you do that.
Yeah.
This is how you do that. Let me not even play. I cannot wait to talk about this.
Yes. And
so
we're going to go in depth, page by page. It will be.
Flip those things. I don't even know who my favorite is, but I will say this real quick.
Yeah.
Mark Miller is not my favorite writer because of the words he uses. It's his ability to envision a scene and execute it.
Yeah.
I don't know a single person who can execute scenes like him.
Especially the end. That's end scene, a great one. And then the one with they're having a conversation on the scenic drive, because that was
so brilliant. And I was just like, oh my God. And what makes it so bad is we had seen those pages before. We had already seen that.
Yeah.
And it still got me.
Yeah, because when you added the conversation and everything, the fullness of the situation, you're like, that is,
wait.
I love her.
That's amazing. Yeah. All around, these are books that you will absolutely love, and I can't wait to get into that conversation. Check out our Patreon, because you will want to, I tell you.
Yes.
But in the meantime, and in between time, I think it's time for some honorable mentions. So we've got one that's the same.
Yes.
And then I got ambitious. I read 2 more.
Yeah.
I couldn't help it.
It's a good week.
They were calling me. It's a great week.
Yeah.
Man. This is phenomenal.
I hadn't had a chance to read Oblivion Song yet.
You had not.
I have not. No.
Oh.
So tell me.
Tiptoeing towards the 10-year anniversary of the event that started all this. Nathan is going back, and something happens that has been long awaited. I mean, long awaited. It's only issue 4.
Yeah.
But long awaited for us that have been reading it.
Yeah.
And it could change the tempo of this book.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Game changer, issue 5. I'm calling it. Yeah. If you've been following this book it's subtle but great.
Yeah.
It's subtle but great. That's the only way I can describe it. Absolutely fantastic. What's that? The Weatherman?
Yeah. Image actually had a couple new number 1s this week.
Oh.
This is the Weatherman. I clumsily put it up there. Layup, Fox, and Stewart are the creative team on it.
Okay.
It takes place in the future. It takes place on Mars. Humans have terraformed the poor planet, and we're up there. It seems to be like kind of a not necessarily a utopian future,
right,
but it is a high-tech future. It is a positive future. It is a happy future. But humanity is working itself forward from some kind of situation that led to the death of almost everybody on Earth, and it was kind of an act of war, or a terrorist attack. There's something that wasn't a natural disaster. And our main character in this is the weatherman on this local station, over the top personality, almost like a morning radio show host,
nice.
like that level,
shock jock kind of,
that kind of energy. And he ends up going on a second date, which is not something normal for him. And during the second date, things go haywire, and it ends up in a situation where he is being, I don't know if I should say. Well, no, I don't think it spoils anything. People are trying to capture him because they think he caused that basically, yeah.
Okay.
But he has no idea. So I'm really interested to see where issue 2 takes us.
Shout out to Dave Stewart, who is the colorist on both Magic Order and this one.
Yeah.
So he's got 2 number 1s.
2 for this week. Buy them both. Put some money in the man's pocket.
That's pretty dope. I took on Hal Jordan in the Green Lantern Corps. Just on the strength of this cover.
Yeah.
We've got Guy Gardner covered in Dark Star uniform.
Yeah.
This one obviously is somewhat of a quiet issue.
Okay.
Only because there's not like major events that jump the story forward. But this cosmic DC universe that they've built around the Green Lantern Corps, I really kind of dig.
Yeah.
You're dealing with the various corps, obviously. Their interactions with Zod and the new Krypton, community that he's building, and then now the Dark Stars, which are Dark Stars. I mean, you got to go back to the '90s, and they were somewhat of a rival of the Green Lantern Corps. In this regard, they basically are like, okay, if you've done something wrong, we're taking you out. Period.
Yeah.
That's just what they're doing. Hardcore justice. We're not even having a conversation. And Guy has gotten chosen by one of them.
It fits.
Yeah. It does have a little tie into the Metal series.
Okay.
That perhaps that explains the mystery of the Dark Stars a little bit. Yeah. So it's kind of an interesting thing to kind of see the DC cosmic universe being built. Obviously, well around the Green Lanterns, because that makes sense. And I like the way that they're bringing in all the different parts of the DCU to this.
Yeah.
That's kind of smart. Very smart.
Is bueno.
Very proud. Okay. Thor number 1.
Yes.
Jason Aaron. There's 2 stories, by the way.
Yes. That second story, though.
Man.
Hello. I almost was like, maybe make that one the primary one.
Made me feel some things.
Yeah.
So we've got Mike Del Mundo on the key story.
Yes.
And then Christian Ward, who I love from his run on Black Bolt.
Yeah.
On the second story. We are picking up from the former Thor series with Jane Foster. As a starter, I like how he did this.
Yeah, because it's a shift. It's not the same tone.
No.
A little more energy,
right?
a little bit of humor, a little bit of levity thrown in there. Even some of the scenes,
right?
Or like
some of the lettering is added in for almost hilarious effect.
Yeah.
And it's so kind of perfect. When they said where they were,
Yeah.
did you know who it was? Mm-hmm. Me too. And it got me so giddy.
Yeah, I was like, this is going to be a good fight.
This is going to be amazing.
And the fight is amazing, but it's done in a way that like you don't have your clear-cut champion that you good guy's going to come in
no. It's almost classic in the way that they interact because it's like there's obviously a familiarity.
Yeah.
And it plays onto everything that they're doing. Like it's taking not just a classic idea of who they were, but like their circumstances right now. And it's like, okay, we get what has ever been, but right now, where are you? And how does that match up?
It's a different sort of paradigm.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
And immensely entertaining.
Very entertaining. I find like the dropping of this is so on point because Thor Ragnarok just came up on Netflix.
Yeah, and it's got that vibe to it.
It does,
really
which
does.
is why I was like, this is so on point.
Yeah.
This is so on point. I don't know. It's kind of like, I love Del Mundo's work. I was afraid that it would be too hard to read on this one.
Yeah.
You know, I first really kind of got into him on Weird World. I know he did a little stint with Mark Waid on Avengers, but this kind of works for me in a very funky, godlike, mythical, ethereal sort of way. It works for me. Yeah.
And it's the cast of characters along with it. I mean, you get your usual suspects. You got Thor, you got Loki, but then you got some of these other.
Thor is my favorite.
Yeah, like
oh my God.
I want a dog like him.
Yes, yes.
And the
goat.
Yeah,
give me the goat.
Yeah, because that's the thing is you got that. I want to see and those people that come in at the end.
Oh man,
I want to because one of the things I was curious about was with Bifrost being down.
Right.
Is it going to be just kind of like a binary? It's either going to be Asgard or it's going to be Earth, and that's it. All the buildup of the other stuff going on in the other realms. How are we going to handle it? And it's a very interesting sort of way.
And I do appreciate that story is not abandoned now that we've shifted focus to a different Thor.
Yeah,
that's really kind of the thing that I think will make Jason Aaron's run even more legendary than before. I mean, already, you know, the Asgardians going up against the Shi'ar gods is still...
It's pretty epic.
That's pretty high. Yeah. So to know that there's even more of an in-game coming...
Yeah.
Wow.
Really cool.
Yeah.
But the second story...
Oh.
Like, I don't want to say it's a backup story, because it's not.
It's only a backup because it comes after the first story. That's what we'll call it. But it definitely sets up some future ideas that are exciting.
Yeah.
That last page,
that's crazy.
Whoa!
Like I want to see because that looks like
yes, it does, and I think it very much so is.
Yeah,
and it's stuff like that. Okay, so this is Jason Aaron almost like wrestling away the crown from Donnie Coates.
Yeah.
For doing stuff like that.
Yeah. Like by the way,
or Donnie Cates.
Yeah.
Ta-Nehisi Coates, Donnie Cates. Yeah. I've put this idea out there. Oh, yeah, he's going to get a series. Yeah. Trust that.
Because this, I want to see, like...
Oh, my goodness.
This would be an amazing run, because it takes place in the future.
Right. Far-flung future.
And, oh, man, like, I don't know how to talk about it without giving it away, but it's like...
You literally can't.
Yeah. The extended family,
right?
Or a couple generations down the line for Thor is really, really cool. Yeah, it's the end of the universe.
And I love the maturity of him.
Yeah.
Like, he's at a place now where the brash, like, loud Thor has died and been replaced by this man god that is rightfully Allfather.
Yeah. Yeah, it makes you wonder how much, I don't know, appreciate or understand.
Right.
Like, the place that he's in now, like, when he was looking back at his dad all those eons ago, he's like, oh, crap. Now I
get it.
Yeah.
Now I get it. I almost want to, like, sorry, Dad. Like,
yeah.
I didn't know. But it's beautiful.
Yeah.
It's very well done.
Yeah.
Yeah, this right here, like, let that be a whole series unto itself.
Yeah.
I am fine with that.
Yeah, because this is just amazing.
Yeah. And beautifully done.
Yeah. And
well
epic.
Told.
Like, if anybody says the first story that doesn't have the same, like, epicness, which there's going to be somebody out there. There's always somebody out there.
Shame.
Finish reading, because that backup story is so cosmic level, like,
especially considering the presumed previous Allfather's relationship with that thing.
Mm-hmm.
Are we getting more of that? And obviously Jason is who's handling that.
Yeah.
So that was very talk around.
Yeah.
If you read it, you'll know exactly
You'll
what
know
we're
exactly.
talking about.
You-
You'll get
you'll
it.
know.
You know how we do. We don't spoil.
Yeah.
You've been around long enough. You know how we do this.
Yeah.
Oh, that was a good week.
Yes. Yes, it was.
Like I feel fulfilled off of this one.
I'm stuffed.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
I can't wait to go page by page on Magic Order because it's like it's just one of those that so good.
Yeah. It's a slow burn that just feels so right. I can't wait for y'all to read it.
Yeah.
Oh,
I can't wait to watch it.
Yes. 2 times yes. Let's get to that. Obviously, guys, we love you so very much. If you disagree, if you agree, comment below.
Comment
man.
below.
We want to talk it up. We want to have convo with you.
Yes.
About the things that we've read, things that you're reading.
Yeah, because if we're missing something and you want to say, hey guys, check this out, tell us to check it out.
Definitely. And as always, subscribe so that way you know all the times when we're doing this.
Yeah.
Because we have prizes.
Yeah.
We offer things.
And to make sure doubly, hit the bell.
Yeah.
The bell tells you.
When we put up a new episode, it'll ding for you, and you'll know. You won't miss a single episode.
Not one.
And it'll be important for you to do that, especially when we get back into our prize season.
We'll have stuff to be given away.
Yes. Stop.
Yeah. Autograph headshots.
All of that. All of that. Definitely. Until next time, thank you guys.
Gracias.